Hi, everyone.
Hello. Welcome and welcome back.
Yes, yes. We just got online and we were discussing what do we talk about today, as we always do.
Every time.
And we immediately went right into gratitude. And
Mhm.
so it's like Marilyn was like, record, record. So we can, because we need to be saying it to all of you.
We do. Last night, just kind of, checking things out, and I'm on Buzzsprout and I see locations and
Yeah,
I click on it, blown away.
yes,
I had no idea how many people across the world
yes,
hear our podcast.
yes. And Buzzsprout is just so that's the one that that's the whatever they call it, the host or whatever, and then it goes from there to all the different
Right.
podcasting apps or whatever. So, but
And
that's like
so when you go to theconsciousspirit.net,
mhm.
it is hosted through
So
Buzzsprout.
you can listen to it on Buzzsprout or
Mhm.
whatever other app you want to listen, with all the
Right.
ones. But it all takes it from here. So it shows us exactly how many downloads we've had. They call them
Mhm.
downloads.
Yep.
So
And at first it was the countries, and it's like, holy
holy
moly,
moly.
look at all those countries. Then it tells me the cities.
Yes.
And
And no, we don't know who you specifically are, by the way.
no, we don't. And it would take forever for us to list all of the cities.
Yes.
So we're not going to list your city, but thank you.
Yes.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
Absolutely
The gratitude,
blown away.
so much gratitude.
So
We
much
were
gratitude.
like and actually, you didn't even show me that until today. She
I
was
did
so blown
not.
away.
I
Yeah.
started reading off cities to my husband,
Yeah.
and he was getting a really good laugh because some of them I could not pronounce.
And you probably
And
know which ones you are.
the reason I didn't say anything today is because I wanted to be with you when I showed it to you.
Yes. So you can see my
Mhm.
reaction.
I
I was
didn't
so blown away.
I didn't want to do it over text and then miss the reaction.
Yes. And not just gratitude, but humility that came with that.
Mhm.
Humility
Like,
of the
wow.
people who want to hear what we have to say. We are not, and we say this, we are not just entertainment. Even our paranormal channel, that is not entertainment. We are teaching. That's why we're there. We want the paranormal truth out there. We want the spiritual truth out there. We want to talk about real things. And
Mhm.
yes, it's our opinion from our experiences. And that's the part that there's so much humility in that and gratitude because y'all want to hear.
Mhm.
Y'all, we've been talking, I think we had so we did one clearing this morning. I can't remember where she's somewhere in the South, and she kept saying y'all,
Mhm.
which I find very endearing. I love that. And then we were just reading some emails, and I believe there were two emails,
Mhm.
y'all. And so
Mhm.
now
And it doesn't help that I just came back from Arkansas.
that's true. Such
I
a
am one
great
of
word.
those I am one of those people. I get this from my mother because she was very much like that. Talking to someone with an accent, and
You
before
pick
your
it up.
conversation finishes, talking with the
Yes,
accent.
yes, yes. You sure.
And it's ridiculous. I found myself even doing it when I was in Arkansas, and it was kind of embarrassing because my family has lived there for a year now,
Mhm.
and um very, very little of their talk has that southern
Yes.
influence. And here I am visiting for a week, and I'm like, yeah, it's
Been really amazed when people grow up in an area where there's a strong accent and they don't have it. They have
Mhm,
purposely tried to keep themselves from it.
mhm.
That's hard to do. Picking
I
up an
would think
accent is
so.
not hard to do, but the other way, yes.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
that's where y'all.
it was funny. So yeah, sometimes I just will
Yes.
talk that way because
Yep.
I have family that lives there.
Yes, and it's endearing though, and we don't mean it as a slight or
No,
anything.
not at all.
Absolutely not at all.
Mm-mm.
But we are so grateful for all of you. Amazing. And all the, not just comments, we get way more emails than we get comments, like on our channel. And the comments or the emails, and the comments are beautiful. Yes, and we love to hear and keep sending them. We love it. We love to make contact with all of you. We like to respond. But the the emails, we get many more of those, and you all share your lives with us, and it's so amazing. And what an honor. Thank you. Just thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you is such an understatement.
Yes.
I was gonna say inappropriate, but it's not inappropriate. It's just an understatement.
Yeah.
I will say thank you can be inappropriate if it's
I
not
was gonna say that.
meant,
Yes.
if it's not genuine, if it's not heartfelt.
Yep.
But not always.
Right.
There's definitely different levels of gratitude and
Yes.
thankfulness.
Yes. But it's real. Here's one thing that I've noticed that when someone comes up to, I don't know why apology is coming, because I know we're talking about but I guess this is part of it. And I think being thankful, I guess, would fall in the same category. That's why. So when you're giving an apology, the person receiving it sees it, hears it, and feels it. The same when you thank someone. The
Yes.
same with gratitude.
Yes.
The same. You want to see it, you want to hear it, and absolutely feel it. Otherwise, don't bother. Just don't do it. Yeah. I always taught my kids, if you don't really mean that, don't give it, because that's just a waste of everyone's time. It's insincere. It's not kind. Don't do it. Wait until you wait till you really feel like, wow, I want to either apologize or say thank you or whatever it is. And then, so Mari-Lyn.
Yes, Pam.
With that said, as we are thanking everyone, my heart is full. It really, really is. What about when you hear, because we get this question actually a lot. Do I need to thank my guides? Or, I was seeing this teacher for a while, or this healer, or this psychic, or whatever, and I didn't thank my guides, and they were like, what? You always have to, like, they almost get upset with the person for not thanking you. You always thank your guides. They just did something for you. And what do you feel about that? I mean, I think I know, but hey, tell everyone what you.
Well, I will say spiritually,
Yes.
spirit, including all of our guides, knows your heart.
Yes.
Knows whether you're grateful or just taking.
Yes.
Spirit knows.
Yeah.
My personal opinion on it is that thanking our guides, and do I do it 100%? Nope.
I know I don't.
Nope. And
my whole day would be thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like it was.
There are times where I'm very conscientious of allowing the gratitude to emanate from me. In those times, I couldn't even explain when the times are. However, when we thank spirit, when we thank our guidance, it's for us.
Yes.
And
our vibration, for our well-being.
Exactly. To raise our vibration, to remind us that we have something to be grateful for. And it
Yes.
also reminds me of everything else in my physical 3D life,
Yeah.
of the bounty that I have, of
Yes.
things that I take for granted,
Yes.
people I take for granted,
Yes.
even situations that I take for granted. So I feel it's more important that we feel the gratitude
Yes.
for our guides.
Mhm.
But speaking it absolutely is beneficial for us. And it can help strengthen the connection on our end.
Yes. Yes.
Not on
Yes.
the other end.
No.
That connection is unsevered.
Solid. Yes.
Yes.
And, and they don't, they're going to do it whether you apologize. It's not as if, oh, hey, here's
Right.
my checklist, and Pam didn't say thank you the last 3 times. I'm out.
Peace
No.
out.
Yep.
I'm not doing
Yep.
another
Or
thing.
next time, I'm
I
not going
get
to answer
some
her because
gratitude.
she's not saying thank you.
No.
Never. Never. They are going to do everything they do regardless of what you say to them. You could tell them to F off every time. They do something for you, you go, F off, man. They'll still be there every time.
They will be there.
Yeah.
However, if you are saying F off every time you say that, you withdraw a little bit.
Yes, we do the withdrawing, not them.
Yes, not spirit, us.
Never. Never.
We withdraw a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about the occasional F off in,
Oh,
I didn't want to hear that.
yes, I do that to Fred all the time, as we all know.
Or even the occasional, I'm sure that you have done this. I know I have done this. The occasional, I'm in pain and F you.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we're human and it
Yep.
happens. I'm not talking about those scenarios.
Right.
Talking about getting into that mind frame where you're just like flippant and spirit brings you something and you're F off.
Right.
We start to withdraw.
Yes.
And
they're still there holding whatever it is that they were bringing to you, waiting for you to change your vibration to come back and accept it. But they never leave us. It's up to us. Yes. Right. Yeah. Now, there is now with healed loved ones, our friends, family who have died and crossed over, and they're all nice and healed, and they come in to help us with something. If we tell them to F off, they will back off. They'll never, I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same. I know I've told this story before, but I'll say it again with my mother. After she, Mari-Lyn knows, after she crossed over, she went through a long healing process. People who have dementia, who have had lifelong mental illness, that sort of thing, they go to the healing chambers for a lot longer. Like there's a lot more to heal. Anyway, when she did finally come out of that and she was ready to come in and comfort me and to have those conversations that we couldn't have in life and go through all that, I was like, F off. Don't even come near me. And I kept pushing her away and she'd go away. She would. It's not the same as a regular guide who just kind of laughs at you and just takes a step back, but is still there. My mom took the spirit who was my mom in this lifetime would just back off. And then when she felt it was, she wanted to try again for whatever reason, she would come back and I'd send her. How many years did I keep sending her away?
there were a lot of years.
Yeah.
A lot of years.
Yeah.
And well, the main reason that she kept coming in was for healing.
Yes. Both of us.
Yours and hers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we take regret with us. So if any of you were wondering why would, They're never mad at us. You hear people say that oh, my aunt came in, like I had a dream about her and she was so mad at me and she was scolding me. That wasn't really her. That was your mind thinking something. When they're a healed spirit, they don't do that. They come in practically hat in hand asking for your forgiveness is what they do. There is regret for choices, for they used, as we all do, our free will, and it hurt us. Their choice hurt us, and they come in to heal that.
There is such a different feeling when you're dreaming about a loved one,
Mm-hmm.
when they're actually visiting you in the dream,
Yes.
because that
Yes.
happens very frequently.
Yes. To you, it does.
At least for me, it does. It happens. It happens. But there's also times where it happens where I'm dreaming that they're in my dream,
Mhm.
and it is my projection.
Yes. Yes.
That's when you're going to get anger,
Yep.
sarcasm,
Yes.
anything of a lower vibration of a loved one that has passed on.
Yes.
It is 99.9% of the time, it's going to be our own projection, our
Yes.
own pain that we're manifesting in the form of them, our own guilt, our own shame.
What reminds, and you might remember this during, it was several years ago in meditations, we had someone there. The guided meditation took everyone to their higher self, and we came out and then we would discuss it. And so you do remember this one.
I
And
do.
she said, my higher self, when even looked at me, she just turned away and was like, get out of here. Or I don't remember if it was get out of here, but she was mad at me. She turned her back on me. She wouldn't talk to me. And it's like, oh boy, you know what? That says a lot, but not what you think. You are so upset with yourself over this issue. You do not like yourself because of this issue. Like there is so much turmoil going on within you. Your higher self would never do that, ever. That is you. That is your absolute put together highest best in the higher realms, and she's just not going to do that. So we
And
do
her own
a lot of
turmoil
projecting.
was blocking the higher self.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
total projection on her part. Yeah. So for all of you who haven't been listening, or maybe you did, my mother and I finally healed myself enough to the point where I could allow her in. And it was a beautiful, it kind of just happened really fast.
It was amazing.
Yeah. There were two things that happened. There were two different times. Once you and I were together, right? Doing a healing.
Yep.
She came in. Mari-Lyn would always help me talk to her because I was so emotional. That was a very difficult thing. And then another time, and that was really a huge healing. Like that was, okay, it was that time. The second time I was talking about, that's when I knew the healing had been done. I was in my kitchen. I was making biscotti, my dad's favorite cookie. And every year I make them, and it just helps me it just reminds me of him. And it's just kind of, and I was making it, and I think it was biscotti I was making anyway. And I just said, thanks, Mom. And I sort of jumped. I was like, what did I just? I heard her laugh.
Yep.
And I knew at that point, everything was done. Like as soon as I thanked my mother, it was like, oh, okay, we've healed all of that trauma. Truck loads of trauma. But the connection, the trauma with her, it was done at that point. And we were able to just kind of move on. Okay. And I found myself crying, and it was beautiful. So that's the interaction that you're going to have with loved ones who have healed. And they don't have the ego either, though. Like just like guides don't have the ego either, but it is a little different. But no, guides, you don't have to.
No, they don't have ego.
Thank them for yourself, but they're not sitting around waiting for you to thank them. No. It doesn't even, they have zero ego. There is none.
Zero. They don't even care if you know that they're who you're talking to.
Nope. Nope.
Mm-mm.
One of the things that we teach is just give them a name. Like, you don't know who it is, that's fine. Fred's not his real name,
Mm-hmm.
but I gave him that a long time ago before I knew who it was. And then
Mhm.
even after I found out, I was like, do you want me to call you your real? And he's like, I don't care. Call me Fred. That's how you know me.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I know him as Cowboy
Yep. We share the same
anymore.
way.
I really rarely do I refer to him by any
Right.
name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Mostly it's just thank you, spirit. And it's just
I,
sort of this
yeah,
blanket thing. No one gets their butt hurt.
mm-mm.
There's no weirdness there. There's no any of that.
And
But
what's
being
coming right
gratitude
now,
for you.
what's
Mm-hmm.
coming right now is a reminder of, especially when we're giving gratitude to
Mm-hmm.
spirit,
Mm-hmm.
because we are all connected
Yes.
through that energy. When we give gratitude to spirit, we are spreading gratitude to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It acts uh, as minimal as it may be, but it all adds up, right? It acts as a universal healing of sorts.
If I'm sitting in gratitude, that helps me.
Mm-hmm.
Mari-Lyn sitting in gratitude, that helps her. The neighbor is sitting in gratitude, it helps him. The great, like, so each one of us is just a little grain of sand, but you put all of those little grains together and you've got a beach full of sand.
A
And
big,
that
beautiful
is,
beach.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it does help. It does help all of us
Mm-hmm.
do better and be better and really find that joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Because vibration
yeah,
doesn't just like stop,
right.
right? It
Right.
emanates through.
Yes.
And if a high vibration connects to a high vibration,
Yes.
it really does like grow
Yes.
faster.
And if I'm in a low vibration, Mari-Lyn's in a high vibration, hers is emanating out, it's flying all over the place, and I am not touching it. My vibration is so low, it just doesn't, I
Mm-hmm.
don't allow it to touch me.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit there and allow it and say, okay, whew, I want some of what she has, and she's sending it to me, so I'm going to accept it to raise my vibration, but you don't have to.
Don't have to. And at the same time, I could run into that low vibration and go, oh, maybe I'm not
Yes.
supposed to be way up there. And
Yes.
I get sucked down
Yes.
into it.
Okay, so that brings up of
I don't want to be down there. I'm coming back
it's
up to my
much
high vibration.
easier to go down than up.
Mm-hmm.
Much easier.
So much easier.
To hold your vibration to what we call holding space, to hold that
Mm-hmm.
space at whatever vibration, gratitude, love, compassion, whatever. That is, it's not an easy thing to do.
It's
And
not easy.
as healers, that's something we have to practice, and we do with not just with every client, but sometimes we'll have 3, 4, even 5 clients in a day, and we have to hold that vibration through every client. You can't just let it go.
Mm-mm.
But so the first couple of clients, not even thinking about it. And then the third, fourth, you're like, "Oh, this is getting heavy, but I'm going to have to hold it up." And by the fifth one, you're like, "Oh, please, God,
Woof.
help me, Lord, Spirit, whoever, come on in. I need some help holding this one up." Because by this time, I am dead
Mm-hmm.
dog tired.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
we all
But
know it. Oh, go ahead.
with practice, consistency,
Yes.
with having gratitude, because that really does help keep the vibration high when you can be in
Yes.
gratitude.
I
It can
really
help
forgot it.
you hold, even when you're tired, when you get
Oof.
in the habit of it. Um, it's almost like, at least for me, I can reach a vibration and it's like it overrides.
Yes.
It may not be as high as it was
Mhm.
earlier in the
Yes.
day.
Yes.
But it's like that second wind kind of place.
Yes.
And it just carries you.
Yeah. One thing you all know, whether you, let's say you work in an office or wherever you work, it doesn't matter, but let's just say an office, and you go into the office and you're all cheery in the morning, and all of a sudden, and you're like, gosh, I feel tired, I feel awful. Whether it's the building or the people there, or whatever it is much lower, and you just drop to everyone will drop to the lowest vibration. And this sort of it's the equal opportunity bad mood, right? Everyone
Right?
just sort of drops to it.
Yeah.
And that's normal. It's way easier to drop down than it is to stay up. So
yeah,
always good to learn how to clear your energy, how to ground, how to be aware. Woo, I'm feeling something today, and tuning into that. And yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna say the awareness is so important, because uh-oh. That was weird.
Yes, I just had to mute so I could cough and drink some water. And
I didn't mute, so I was coughing for both of us. Sorry, everybody.
Got to you. Yeah, it got to you. Maybe maybe there's another earthy coming to us. We have had so many clearings lately. We put out a particular, and I'm not going to say which video it was, but there was a video that we did, and we got a little backlash for it, which we knew we would. It was kind of controversial, or what? Not controversial. We were very opinionated. It was a reaction. We gave an honest reaction. We literally, the next day, so we usually play they go on Friday night. The next day we had like 3 emails in our inbox for house clearings, and they haven't stopped. They keep coming in, and we are so grateful, so beyond grateful. Thank you so much. And we're getting to all of you. We're coming. And we never charge for clearings. There was some talk about that. Someone thought that we charge for clearing. It's like, wait, we've never charged. We don't have that.
We do not charge for house clearings.
No, we always take donations. There are people who, we don't expect them by any means, but there are people who I think that's sort of their love language, is to make sure that energy exchange is there or whatever.
Sure. For me, it just doesn't make sense to charge, because first of all, it's so unhealthy for everybody.
Yes.
The earthbound spirits.
Oh.
Anything else that's there.
Yeah.
And the living people.
Yes.
And how can you segregate? Okay, you have money, so you deserve to have your house cleared. You don't have money, so you don't deserve to have your house cleared.
Right.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Everyone deserves to feel safe in their home.
Absolutely. Everyone.
Yeah. Everyone does.
And
yes,
the earthbound spirits absolutely aren't going to be able to pay for it.
Nope.
Do they deserve to stay where they are?
No.
When we have the capacity to help them?
No.
No.
So, so I just want to so one of the things is that we are multidimensional energy healers, because we are energy healers in the multi-dimensions.
Yes.
That's one prong to multidimensional. But that yes. I was wondering if something was coming in, and because we have 3 more on the books, and
man,
we're trying to find time to do. We're not sure, because we have our regular clients and regular life as well. So we're trying, and we really do our best to get to people as soon as possible, especially when there are children involved. But yeah, anyway, so I was just wondering, is something like, I don't know, but I'm not even gonna look. I don't want to look.
Yeah. could also be both of our allergies and the weather we're having today.
Oh, yes, that's true. All of that.
Because it's damp and it's cooler and it's
Yes.
cottonwood season.
Yes.
And
Oh, cottonwood. Brah.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay, that I am not grateful for. I'm just saying. I am not sitting in
I'm
gratitude.
not grateful for whoever brought the cottonwood to the Pacific Northwest because it is not indigenous. I don't think the cottonwood tree is indigenous to the
Where does
Pacific
that come
Northwest.
from? Where
think
is it indigenous?
I think it came from across the ocean.
Ah,
I could be wrong, and if you know, and
yes.
I'm wrong, please tell me. Please let me know.
Yes.
But from until I hear otherwise, that's my story, and I'm
I'm sticking to it.
because me and cottonwood do not get along.
No, ma'am. No. I have more winter allergies. Mold is my kryptonite. However, when the seasons change, which we have all 4 seasons here.
Yes, we do.
And
And I am so grateful for that. I
am grateful for.
the
I
seasons.
love. But that the change of the season with new things blooming and that kind of thing, doesn't last forever, but it's there. Yes. So
Yeah.
gratitude again with gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah. Oh, what I was
Gratitude.
gonna say is, one of the things we sort of, when we're in a room full of, if you're in a room full of people, whoever's at the lowest vibration, you're most likely to head down that way than that person head up the other way.
Yes.
Here's one good example: alcohol.
Oof.
Alcohol is the great emotional equalizer, the vibrational equalizer. It brings everyone to, I mean, think about it. So those of
It
you,
brings everyone down to the damn floor is what
it does. Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie. Yep.
No. And it brings out, it triggers our wounding.
Mhm.
And some of you might be going, no, I get really happy when I drink. Really?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Or is that a wound? Like, okay, I have a friend who drinks and she becomes very friendly. Right? I think we all have a friend like
Oh,
that,
okay.
if not us, becomes very friendly with the opposite sex, comes friendly. And so she's very friendly. And what the alcohol does is remind her that she's lonely. It reminds her that she has that wound there, that she wants attention and she wants to find connection. And that's something alcohol does. Alcohol brings everyone down. And I'm going to put smoking marijuana, any of those. And now I'm not saying don't drink. I'm not saying don't. Yes, I'm saying that to Mari-Lyn, obviously.
I want to interject.
Yeah.
Please don't drink or smoke. Please don't do anything that changes your frame of mind, that alters your mindset. If you are doing any type of energy work, any type of healing, any type of paranormal,
especially
anything.
What the heck?
It doesn't matter. If you live with activity.
Yes.
Well, first of all, please reach out and ask for help.
Yes.
But on top of that, please be aware of any alcohol or drug, marijuana, any type of substance.
Yes.
Please be mindful of it because it can really take you down a rabbit hole that's going to be hard to climb out of.
Yes. And there's a real false reality within it. I know because we have people who've many times asked us about like ayahuasca or, any of those sort of, those drugs that people go because it's going to cure their depression or going to cure their alcoholism or cure their this or cure their that. There is no one size fits all.
No,
there is no magic bullet. There is no, Now there are people out there, I'm sure they're listening saying, well, I did it and it really helped. And I'm so very glad, really, honestly, if that helped, and I'm not saying anyone not do it, I'm just saying there is no magic bullet, and there's still a lot of work to be done after an experience like that. But there are people, especially with the paranormal, we have not watched them, but we've had many people tell us, oh, I was watching this paranormal channel on YouTube and she was high, and they were all, they say that's what makes their connection better and everything. Nope. Nope. And no.
Oh, talk about a false reality.
Yes. 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 So anyway, I guess, yeah, we're just gonna back away from that subject. I don't know how I backed up into that one, but I did. So I'm sure everyone's bored to death over that one. So back to gratitude.
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 I will just say I'm very grateful that I don't have alcohol in my life anymore.
Yeah, me too. We would not be friends.
Oh, no, we would never have met.
No.
We would never have met.
No.
Nor would I be, well, none of this would exist for me.
No.
Absolutely wouldn't.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, after my little rant about, alcohol, I just thought sharing my gratitude for sobriety would be important.
The way part of that came is I said in a bar, alcohol drops everyone to the same vibration.
Yes, it does.
Everyone just plummets right down there.
Yeah.
And it brings out the wounding in everyone. A drink or two. Yeah. I'm talking about when you get just, you've had that.
And that's one reason why it's not uncommon to find paranormal activity in a bar.
Yes. Yes. You'll find a lot of it in those. Yes. And drunks, alcoholics, usually it happens a lot with people who drink a lot. So spirits can form a connection with them, form a bond with them. And so there's a lot of people who get attacked, jumped, whatever, when they have been, when they're a continual drinker. Like a one-time drinker, not so much. It's someone who, like, I think it's not real, they don't actually have blood running through their veins, it's just red alcohol. And most of the yeah, that's no bueno. But anyway, gratitude. So
yeah,
I don't know, where should we go from here?
Gratitude.
Sort of taking us all over the board today. Which is what I do.
So I have come across people who believe or want you to believe that you should continually be in gratitude. That you should spend your life, that's your goal, that is your purpose, is to be able to come to a place where you are living a life of gratitude.
Jesus. Ungrounded much?
Not possible.
Not possible.
Not possible.
We're not meant to.
No, we're not. We are meant to be human. We're meant to experience every single emotion that human beings can experience. Now, would the goal be to experience them all in moderation and kind of, here and there and here and there? Yes.
More often than I do. Yes.
But we could always have gratitude in our heart, but that doesn't mean we're always going to feel it.
Correct. Yeah.
No.
We're not,
and that's okay.
meant to have all of our emotions. And we've talked about this too, I'm sure. That we get triggered, an emotion that is outside of sort of our baseline, or outside of what we normally, that usually means you're triggered, right? The emotion does not fit the situation.
Right.
However, sometimes it's not, there's no wounding there. You're just having a reaction to this thing that isn't right. or it doesn't feel good, or whatever that is. But we are meant to do that. We are meant to have every emotion. We're even meant to wallow in our own filth
Oh,
sometimes, which is
please.
gross.
Don't want to.
I know,
Don't
but
want
we
to.
do. That's real. That's, obviously.
That
That's
is
real
that
wounding.
is real wounding. And gratitude, man, I'm grateful. I don't have to do that anymore.
Yes.
I've done it enough in my life.
Oh.
And I think this is true for both of us. We've done enough healing
Yeah.
that we can now, something comes up, we can allow ourselves to sit in it, to feel it, to
Yes.
experience it,
Yes.
to dissect it
Yes.
for a certain amount of time.
Yes. And Spirit, what am I to get out of this? What is my lesson? What do I need from this?
Is there part of this I need to just let go of? Is there part of this that I need to reabsorb and change? What do I need to do with it? That's still wallowing.
Yep.
But it's healthy. It's time sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, turning away from it and refusing to look at it is not healthy at all.
No, it's not.
There are times when whatever situation I'm in right now, I cannot break down. I have to keep my stuff together right now. But then you get to your car and you drive off and you allow yourself to cry or get mad or feel it. We have to allow ourselves to feel it. And that's how we truly understand it, truly get clarity on it. And that's the way to heal it. Now, you don't have to. I know some people think that healing has to be such a painful process, which I disagree with. It can be, but
doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be.
No,
doesn't have to be. There's moments, but it's not like you're in that crap for weeks at a time. That's a whole different beast. You're not letting go of something.
Yeah.
You kind of liken being a victim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I had that programming, wounding, trauma, adopted thinking, believing for a long time that I'm a victim.
The victimhood.
That's just gross. That's just nasty. Yes.
Been there?
Yeah. We all have.
Yeah.
We all have. And we all have stuff. Even if, like Mari-Lyn and I have some of the same wounding, not much, but there is some there, but it looks so different. And everyone does. Everyone is your own little whatever leaf or snowflake or whatever it is that's different from all the rest.
And it can come from some of the most innocuous things.
Yeah.
And some of the most simple things. And when you start to really look at it and you dissect how that little simple thing happened to you, what your reaction to it honestly was, and years later, how much it still hurts you to think about that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. That's a wound.
That's a wound.
And the more you tell yourself, oh, it was nothing. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, it was nothing. Oh, it's fine. The bigger the wound is.
Yes. Yes.
Right? It's just, yeah.
Now, here's something that is not a wound.
Okay.
Or maybe it's become one. I don't know.
Not a wound and maybe become. Okay.
I keep saying 10 years, but it's not. It's more like 12 now that I have let my hair go gray. I stopped coloring my hair and let it go. My daughter-in-law convinced me to do it because it was a daily chore to try to keep this much hair colored, keep this much gray. And in the past year, maybe 2 years, whatever, people comment on my hair all the time. That's nothing new. But I have had people say, oh yeah, I decided to let my hair go gray during COVID too. Or yeah, my mom during COVID, she just went ahead and let it. And I was like, what? No, I did this long before COVID. And I found myself getting a little irritated that someone would say that to me. That doesn't come from a wound. That's a normal response that comes from me. That, so not everything is wounding,
Mhm.
but it's like, yeah, no, this was long before that. It's just when people during COVID couldn't go to hair salons, which I thought was the most ridiculous thing ever. A lot of people just went ahead and let their hair
Sure.
grow out.
Sure.
Yeah, I was not one of them. I did that long before. But that's an example of sometimes things are just irritating. Like,
Yeah.
that just irritates me. But
Yeah.
there's no wound there. I don't have some big trigger or anything
Nope.
like.
Not all, well, even a big trigger doesn't have to be wounding.
That's true.
Yeah. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Um, Usually a big trigger is.
Yeah.
But
Or a big reaction. A big
Mhm.
reaction is not always a trigger of something. Like when you're what's running through my head right now is um going through an intersection and someone blows the light and you have to slam your brakes on and they fly through and you say some really choice words to them.
Ooh,
That's a big reaction that came out of just being startled and scared and
that comes out of fear, pure
yes,
fear of,
yes,
oh my
yes,
God,
yes,
somebody just tried to kill me.
yes, yes, and they don't even notice. They're like, yes,
Dissociate much?
yes. We often get very ungrounded. Even if you're not a dissociator, we all unground ourselves. We are more
Oh,
spirit than we are
constantly.
human, in our physical bodies, and we get ungrounded a lot. That's the way our energy pops up.
Yep.
I heard someone say once that we're sort of, and this is kind of the opposite, but it's that we're sort of like an iceberg. Like the tip of it is the part that we see, that's the human part. And then that
Okay.
huge 90% of it that's under water is the spiritual part that we don't
Okay.
see. Because we're far more spiritual than we
Sure.
are human.
Mhm.
But we
I
get
have
ungrounded a lot.
regrounded myself. I don't know how many times I've regrounded myself since
Just
this
during
started.
this, yes, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah. It just, and it becomes a habit. You can feel it and go, oh,
Yep.
ooh, yes,
Sometimes it's a bigger deal than others.
yes, yes. Now, we did just do, and we're not going to say their names because they did not want to be on our channel. They did not, but we did this beautiful
Mm,
clearing on a man and a wife.
yes.
Is it yesterday?
Yes.
And they live most like us all, we live ungrounded. It's an ungrounding. And
Mhm.
we cleared their house and I cleared their energy and ran through their whatever. And the man said his feet were tingling. And it was like the first time he felt his feet in a while. Like he even injures his feet all the time because he's so ungrounded.
Mhm.
Um,
That was
yes,
amazing.
that
Yeah.
was amazing. I was
And
so
talk
happy
about
for him.
gratitude.
Yes. Huge.
Not only that we felt to be able to
Yes.
do that, but him.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that's how ungrounded we really need to do. I mean, we work with people with grounding. We have private videos that we share with our students. We should do something for, I know we talk about it all the time and we just haven't done it.
We just haven't done it.
On getting grounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
On how you can ground yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have such a hard time being so simple about something. I have to, there's so much to talk about with that. I go
There's
way overboard and I get really big, and that's why I kind of save it for my students. For people who actually want to sit and listen to me yammer on. Yes. But um
But sometimes that information is really important.
yes.
All of that information about grounding and why we ground um
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
how it's important information.
Yes. And it helps you with your clarity. It keeps you present. You make better decisions. You're way more unlikely to pick up other people's energies. Or, people ask us all the time, well, I just walk through some place and I get all this information about people. And it's like, what? I'll hold that back up the
Mhm.
boat there, sister.
Mhm.
And you're not even getting the correct information. If you're not grounded and you're reading people, you're not getting the right information.
Or what about, I just walked through this crowd of people and my stomach is upset and I'm
Yes.
emotional and my back hurts and
Yep.
I'm limping and I have a headache. Well, chances are if you were grounded, you weren't going to feel any of that.
Nope, would not have happened. Yep.
Mhm.
Basically, you're staying in your own damn lane, minding your own business,
Mhm.
and nothing else is going to affect you.
Yep.
Yes, that's
Yep.
being grounded.
Now,
Yes.
if you're grounded, but you carry your energy way out
Oh,
there,
that's another one. Yeah, you're like a feather duster or
Yep.
whatever. One of those
Swiffer.
Swiffer, that's it. You're a big Swiffer, just picking up everyone else's stuff
Yeah.
everywhere.
And you can still do that and be grounded at the same time.
Yes.
Yes.
So
So awareness is so important.
Mhm.
Awareness of our own energy and our own gratitude.
Gratitude will bring you back where you need to be
Yes.
if you allow it. I mean, because you can be all up in the clouds and woohoo, thank you, oh, thank you.
Yeah, but that honest.
Yeah. Yes. That the part that you feel it.
That gratitude is so grounding.
When
It
there's humility,
just
when
pulls you
there's
in.
humility weaved in with the gratitude. That's what I think. It's like a beautiful
Sure, yeah.
connection between those two things.
Yeah.
And really can bring you present and bring you to a beautiful place.
And when you're in that vibration, you're not going to carry your energy huge.
No.
You're just not.
No.
And if you're if you're tired all the time,
Yeah.
you might want to, take stock, learn about your own energy and
where it's at, because you need to peel it off your body at that point when you're at that. Yes.
Where is it? And are you grounded? And
Yes.
what are you doing with your own energy?
What the hell is going on? Yes.
Yep.
So we clearly got online today and didn't really have anything to talk about because we're just all over the place today, which I love. Hopefully all of you listening are following along. And we've heard from a lot of you and say, no, I like it when you kind of go all over, but I'm hoping that to be true.
I hope so.
I feel like we're all over today.
This is how our conversations go.
Yeah. Yes. For hours.
They just do.
Yeah.
And we're as always, we bring it back to our topic.
Yep.
Which was gratitude. And I think gratitude and grounding is a beautiful combination of a topic.
Yes.
Because it's it can help you stay grounded.
Yeah. Yes.
And being grounded is so important. It's just, I tell you, I wish they taught it in school.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And
like kindergarten.
Yep. Everyone needs to learn how. And you know what? Okay, here's one. Now, this is just one of those that's just irritating to me. It's not well, it might hit a wound, but I don't know. The amount of people who have been to some sort of psychic teacher or whatever, and no one ever taught them how to ground. Not one of them. Not a one. I take what I do very seriously as a healer. I love my profession. I love what I do. I am in absolute awe and gratitude, and I am humbled constantly by this is my life. This is what I get to do And certainly since, you know, I haven't had kids in the home for quite a while now, but at that point when you get to really, really full time do what you do, and it's amazing. And it really at times hurts my heart. Some of the inexperience that's out there. And I get that we get the, well, they don't know what they don't know. Right. So go find out what you need to know before you put that teacher hat on and say, I'm going to start teaching people. Or I'm a professional psychic now. I'm a professional medium now. I'm a professional. When you put money on that and you start charging people, or you just say those words, I'm a healer. To me, that says you are introducing yourself as a professional and you should know what you're doing. So there are times when I get upset over that, because I think that gives us all kind of a bad name. There are a lot of people out there that think psychics are just so weird and it's untrue and we're all liars and we're frauds and this and that. And I get why they think that. And I think it comes right from our own profession, which is really sad. Okay, I'm going to hop off this soapbox before I continue on, but that just came up for me.
And that is, as you will remember, exactly how we came up with our name of Everyday Psychics.
Yes.
Because we are just everyday normal people.
Yep.
That happen to be psychic.
Yes.
And I was gonna say and spiritual. Well,
yeah,
that was an oxymoron.
but you know what? I'm gonna pull back on that. I'm gonna poke at you on that one, because there are psychics who are not spiritual.
True. And you can be spiritual and not be psychic.
Yes. So
yes, very true.
But I get where you were going with that.
Yeah. Trying to bring normality.
Yes.
To what we do and try to eliminate that misconception that we're all woo woo and
oh dear God, yes.
And
we twirl and spin with flowing dresses.
Yeah, that's all I'm not going to say anymore.
And scarves and
and if
yes,
we just want to bring normalcy and truth.
Definitely to the paranormal. We have a lofty goal that we have or this goal that we have of moving the paranormal truth out there. Stop with the sorry, now this might irritate people. I don't think it'll irritate our people though. However, ghost hunting is archaic and barbaric. And we want to get the truth out there of what a ghost really is. And they know what a ghost is. So, but they're just not thinking far enough into it because they're enjoying either the money, the excitement, the whatever it is.
The bravado.
Good word.
Yeah.
So that's our goal, is really to get the truth out there, and the truth about spirituality as well. Spirituality, metaphysical, whatever, paranormal, and how they all work together, being human, how they all work together.
And how they all work together. Absolutely.
So,
and grateful that we get to do it.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Really
grateful for all of you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And we hear
from all of those amazing cities from all over the world. All over the world. I'm just still mind blown.
And how many times do we hear they will say to us, to use your verbiage, that lands with me.
Oh my God, isn't that amazing?
I'm hearing that because you all know the truth. You know the truth. You just haven't heard it come out of someone else's mouth. And when it does, it just lands, and you know, okay, everything I've been thinking is true. there is truth to this. We
Mhm.
hear it all the time. We are not some, honestly, we are not some bearers of truth that you've never heard before. Most of you, if not all of you, have that truth inside of you. You haven't formed it into the right language yet. You haven't thought enough about it, or you have thought about it. And then when you hear
Haven't found
us
another
say
person
it,
to
yes,
communicate with.
yes,
Mhm.
yes.
You know,
But we are not telling anybody anything new at
mm-mm.
all. We really aren't.
How many times have we heard, I have no one I can talk to about this type
Oh,
of stuff?
so much. Oh,
We
so
hear
much
it all the time.
all the time.
If we can start, and I know it's not just us
Right.
that are trying to do this, but in our world
Yes.
we are.
Yes. Yes.
If we can start normalizing and getting people comfortable with themselves,
Yes.
with spirit, with the
Yes.
paranormal,
Yes.
and by comfortable I mean knowing,
Yes.
whether you have, specific knowledge or not, but
Yeah.
that internal knowing
Yeah.
and comfort to be able to speak it.
Yes.
Because I really wonder how many friends out there
Mhm.
are afraid to say it to the other person, and
Yes.
they both believe the same
Yes.
thing,
Yes. Yes. Right. Right.
but it's too spiritual.
Yes. Mhm. So that is exactly where I will get sort of my feathers ruffled, because the metaphysical has become such a huge, it's sort of overtaken, and all of these people, because you can read a tarot card or you can whatever, and you all know that I know some amazing tarot readers. Okay, so I'm not putting them down, but just because you can do that does not make you a psychic, does not make you this or that.
Mhm.
What happens though is the goofy ideas that come out of it, the things that people start spewing. And how many times have we heard people will come to us and they'll say, I need help, my tarot card reader or my healer, the Reiki person or whatever says I have 3 people attached to me, and that's why I've been feeling so bad. Or there's so many crazy beliefs out there. No wonder people look at us like we're just weird.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah. So, and I understand why other people don't want to speak up. I guess that's where that came from, is I don't want to speak up about this thing that I think is true because psychics are weird. Like there's this big blanket out there that
Mhm.
all psychics are frauds and crazy and weird. And truthfully, most of them are. I'm gonna say it. 85 to 90%, I think, are just full of it. They really are. Um, I think, dabbling it, trying to learn and everything, that's normal and it feels good. And it's a really cool thing. But learn there. We are not the only 2 teachers out there.
No.
There are there are many that are not very good, but there are some good ones out there. And make sure it lands. Like if you go to someone, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where I
Mhm.
was going with that. But I don't know. It's just, you all are so smart. The people, we've said this before. The people who listen to us are the smartest people out there. Y'all are. Y'all are.
Y'all, all
Um,
y'all.
because you know the truth. And when we bring that into words and lay it out there, it lands for you. We're not
Mhm.
teaching you anything new. You're just remembering. And you're just, hopefully, we allow what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you know, that you allow us to, we can put it into words that might, as I'm stumbling all over myself, when we can articulate things. Okay. Woo! Yes. Okay, this is when I say thank you, Spirit. Yeah, but we do. We have, you all are so amazing. I'm always in gratitude and very humble. Really, it's just like sort of this. That's where I am right now. I just came right back in my body, swoop, got grounded, and went.
Mhm.
You're not being articulate. You're trying to, but you're really ungrounded, and it's not working. Yes,
It happens.
everyday psychics.
Proof it, sometimes we can't get grounded fast enough for it
Yes,
to not be evident.
yes, yes, yes. Like what
Usually,
just happened there. So all of you who are watching and listening, or whatever you're doing, that was Pam, ungrounded, coming back, and I was stumbling, and it didn't quite make sense. And then, foop, when I came into my body, that's when I heard articulate. And I was like, oh,
usually
yeah.
it's me that's ungrounded and
Oh, I don't know about that.
fumbling, but
That was definitely me that time. Yes.
oh,
Mm.
and it's okay.
And it's
Yeah.
okay.
And it's okay.
Absolutely. We're all human, and
Yeah.
we're all sort of bumbling through this together.
And we have to be human first.
Yes, we do.
First.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think we should, on that note,
I
leave
think
that?
this could be a good place to wrap it up.
I think
Yeah.
so. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you from all around the world.
Yes.
We appreciate
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Yes.
If you have a topic, if you have something that you want to hear us talk
yes,
about,
please.
please reach out. Please let
Yeah.
us know. You can reach us through our website at tcseverydaypsychics.com.
TCS is the conscious spirit, in case you never really thought about it. We started as, I started the business myself. It was the community spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And Mari-Lyn and I together, as we knew that we were really partnering and moving forward, we changed it to the conscious spirit, still TCS.
Still TCS. Yep.
Yes. So yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you, and give us
Yeah.
topics, and tell us what you want these crazy ladies to talk about.
Yeah, that would be so amazing, to be able to talk about something that we really know, that you guys are interested in hearing about, learning about, exploring.
Yep. So
Yeah.
please reach out. And if for no other reason, just to say, hey, we love hearing from all of you.
Yes, we do.
So
Yes, we do.
all right.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
thanks again. Till next time.
Yep. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.